Hi everyone, my name's Lori and I've had systemic lupus for over 30 years. I'm going to make a few videos and talk about how I got diagnosed, what I've gone through over the last 30 years, and what I'm going through now. So let's start how I got diagnosed. Now that was a long journey. It was at the age of 19, but my mom had taken me to the doctors when I was 2 and other ages, as my legs were sore. At 2, I was dragging my legs. When I got older, I kept complaining they were sore. I was always freezing cold. I would get these rashes, which the doctors said they were heat rashes. And then as I was getting older, as a teenager, I would go in and keep saying that my legs were really sore, my knees were sore. I would show them the rash. The doctors would say for the legs it was growing pains, or as I became a teenager it was, oh, she's just faking it to get at a gym. As for the rash, they said it was just a heat rash, don't worry about it. Now you got to remember this was the 70s, so lupus I don't think was talked about lots as children getting it. I was never tested for it at all. I never had any big swelling in my knees as a child or anything, and that's where most of my pain was. So I'm not blaming the doctors for not looking at that option, but you know, it's a journey, and I think we've probably all been through it. So at the age of 19, I went into the doctors, and I showed them I had a big bruise on my hip. I was covered in a rash again. They took some blood work, and within 24 hours they had me in the hospital in a like an ICU, because I only had 10,000 platelets, and they didn't know why I only had 10,000 platelets, so they had to do bone marrow, more blood work. Obviously they took skin samples. They gave me 3 options. They said I either had leukemia, AIDS, or I had lupus. And until they get all the blood work and samples back, they didn't know. So as soon as they got the samples back and everything, they said, oh, you have systemic lupus, high steroids, Plaquenil, painkillers. I spent 2 weeks in the hospital, and then once I got home, still even then, my platelets, I think when I was released from the hospital, they were still really low. They were like only 15,000, but they were going in the right direction. It took months to get my platelets back up to where they should be in the 100,000s, right? So I was always bruising. My bleeding time, and to this day, my bleeding time is still really, really bad. So that's how I got diagnosed at 19. Now, the other symptoms I had when I went in there was I did have a little kidney issues, loss of hair, like I said, the rash, freezing cold all the time, like really, really, really cold, and fatigue. Like I could sleep all day. That's not a problem. So I just hope that this information helps other lupus patients out there to say that you're not alone. Look, I've been doing it for 30 years, still going strong. Anyways, just smile and have a great day.